Welcome to the Varsity All-Star Judges Training video. My name is Justin Carrier, Vice President for Varsity All-Star. We ask before watching this video that you have all of your scoring materials with you. You can find them on our website at varsityallstar.com. Before arriving to your first varsity competition this season, be sure that you've watched this video, you've reviewed the scoring materials, studied your notes, and taken the scoring quizzes to be administered by the event producer that you'll be working for. On any given panel at a Varsity All-Star competition, you will see three types of judges: the panel judge, the point deduction judge, and the safety judge. The purpose of this video is to review the role of the panel judge. Our panel judge philosophy includes the following. When sitting on the judging panel, make sure you are looking for reasons to reward, not reasons to punish. It's always good to remind yourself that cheerleading is about the kids. We want to make sure we're rewarding the kids first. Also remember that rankings are a result of the scores. Scores are not a result of the rankings. We want each judge to be very mindful in scoring each category, but not to be concerned with the overall results or rankings. Also, we want to strive for consistency. While we don't expect teams to receive the same score week in to week out, it's important that the scores match the scoring materials and the rubric that we've provided for them online. The Varsity All-Star difficulty ranges includes definitions such as the following. When talking about a majority, we're speaking about 50% of the team plus one. When referring to most, we mean generally 75% of the team. And whenever we require a maximum number of athletes in the rubric, we are asking for almost 100% of the athletes to be involved. For difficulty ranges, we've set up a low, medium, and high sub-range. As you can see, low is 0.1 to 0.3, medium is 0.3 to 0.6, and high is 0.6 to 1.0. When a team qualifies for a sub-range, they will be scored in that range, and it is up to the judge to apply a score within that range. Teams that throw level-appropriate skills but don't meet the criteria for the low sub-range will be scored a 0.0. Teams that don't throw any level-appropriate skills will be scored in a lower level range. Let's take a look at the level ranges as they apply to all of our levels. As you can see here, low, medium, and high, 0.1 to 0.3, 0.3 to 0.6, and 0.6 to max. For level 1, all difficulty scores will be between a 3.1 and a 4.0. Any team that doesn't meet the minimum requirement for level 1 but throws level-appropriate skills will score a 3.0. And we've carried out the chart for level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 restricted, and level 5. And now let's take a look at the new Varsity All-Star score sheet for this season. As you can see, we've got the score sheet broken into three categories: building skills, tumbling skills, and overall routine. For building skills and tumbling skills, the first column is going to be the difficulty score. Those are the scores we just looked at. So for a level 1, all the difficulty skills will be between a 3.1 and a 4.0. For the technique scores, which are noted in the next column, all technique scores will be listed as between a 0.1 and a 1.0. You add up the difficulty plus the technique, and you get the total score. What you're looking at here is a sample of the level 5 score sheet. At every Varsity All-Star competition, the judging panel will be broken into three categories. You'll have your building skills judges, your tumbling skills judges, and your overall routine judges. The building skill judges will only be responsible for the building skills categories. The tumbling skills judges will only be responsible for the tumbling and jumps categories. And the overall routine judges will only be responsible for the bottom portion of the score sheet. Judges scoring technique categories for building skills, jumps, and tumbling skills will need to use the following rubric in assigning sub-ranges. The low sub-range: less than a majority of the athletes in the routine demonstrated excellent precision and form. Numerous elements of their skill technique led the judges to conclude that the team could benefit from additional focus and training. Numerous elements means you need to have multiple reasons to put this team in the low sub-range. For example, if a team is executing jumps using flexed feet as well as poor landing with legs apart, then that would be a reason to put them in the low technique range, provided that you note both of those comments on your score sheet. In the medium sub-range, majority of the athletes in the routine demonstrate excellent precision and form. At least one element of their skill technique led the judges to conclude that the team could benefit from additional focus on training. What this means is that there was at least one element of that category skill that you saw the team needs to improve on. So, for example, if a team is doing standing back handsprings, they've got great form, except their legs are always bent as they do their back handspring, that one comment could justify why you would put a team in the medium sub-range. For the high sub-range, most of the athletes in the routine demonstrate excellent precision and form. Their skill technique led the judges to conclude that while individuals may benefit from additional focus and training, the team displayed a mastery of their skill technique. Remember, for this category, the general overall team has executed great technique, but there may still be individuals that need additional focus and training. So if you're doing a stunt section and everybody is satisfying the criteria for the technique range, and you've got one athlete with poor flexibility in the heel stretch, that single athlete or that single stunt group isn't reason enough to drop a team out of the high sub-range. In summary, here are a few reminders about the technique score. First of all, the score is based on a team's precision and form, not individual athletes. Judges will need to review the 3 paragraphs and find which sub-range best matches up to the squad's technique. Bobbles and falls shouldn't affect technique. When a stunt starts to bobble or stunt starts to fall, the panel judge no longer includes that in their assessment. For the low range, make sure you include 2 separate comments from the judges that support your decision. And for the medium sub-range, make sure you have at least 1 comment from the judges that supports your decision.